Jack, obviously such a great first leg result last week, and obviously the disappointment of the weekend. How are you guys feeling about the game tomorrow night?
Really good. We've put ourselves in a good position in the tie. That being said, there's work to do. A real professional performance needs to come in tomorrow to get the job done and get through to the next stage of Champions League qualifying, which is hugely important for us as a club and everything that brings. And a game so quick after the weekend is important to get to winning ways. We know the league is the bread and butter. It's what we need to be getting right. But these games are hugely important for the club as well, and it's important that we get the job done tomorrow night.
What's the reaction like, or been like within the camp, Jack, since Saturday? You're part of the leadership group, obviously. What's it been like?
It's been honest. It needs to be honest. We looked at some actions from the game, some telling ones that need to improve and we need to get right. There is a massive buy-in. I think there has, regardless of results, there's been a massive buy-in. The boys are really keen to want to be successful and trying to get things right. There's been some moments which, probably from the past as well, we could have been ruthless, we could have been better in the build-up to Nasser sending off. It doesn't need to arise a situation, not the pass forward, but the reaction to nullify the attack pretty quick. So there's some messages from the game which really need to be addressed. We've done that. We spoke openly about that. But whilst we talk about improving, the results still need to come, and they need to come quickly. So that's something that is of a constant demand. That is there. We've been discussing non-stop and really pushing as a group to be better. So with those knocks and disappointments, it's important that we learn. But I've been here long enough. The fans aren't stupid. They need results. We need results. And that really needs to be in the forefront of everybody's mind. No matter the game, no matter the fixture, to improve, yes, to get better, to perform better, yes, but the demand on winning games is still as high as it's ever been, and no more so in this moment. So, as I sort of said at times, talking is to a point. It's great, but we need to show the performances, show the desire, show the effort that's been put in results, and that's the only way that it's going to be accepted.
Just in terms of the new manager, Jack, working with them, have you noticed a difference in maybe how he tries to approach this complexity of the team doing so well in Europe, maybe struggling a bit domestically, just in how he's approached things in the last couple of days after the Dundee draw?
I think he's been, from the get-go, I've been really impressed with how he's carried himself, how he's communicated with the group, how he's implemented and coached us and shown us exactly what's expected of how he wants to play. The good thing about that, there's still carryovers from games that are a minimum requirement anyway. So he's huge on obviously the hard work, the recovery rate, the recovery runs, the work rate. Performances are coming. I think you can see in some of the games where we've been at our best, particularly last Tuesday against obviously a good side that wanted to press us man for man. You can start to see the ideas sort of coming into fruition. But I've been really impressed with him. He's been very clear. He's been very fair. He's been very honest. And I think as a player, that's what you sort of want to see. You want to see someone who's ultimately wants the best for us, wants the best for the club. And him and his staff are putting in serious amounts of time and effort to help us improve. And when you see that from a staff, for me personally, you can only push you on and drive you on. And like I said in the interview last week, I really believe in what we're trying to do. I believe in the manager. I think the words and the way and the style and what she's trying to implement, when it's backed up with some of the images that we see from games, that there's really something there that we can build on and be really, really successful. That's what I believe, and I know the boys do as well. And we're really pushing to make sure that we implement everything that he's trying to ask of us. And like I said, we'll do this together and we'll get a lot better as we go. But yeah, always comes back to results first and foremost, and we need to keep them going and obviously improve some in the league.
Hi Jack. Obviously last year there was a lot of scrutiny on yourself, but this season, how pleased are you with the way that you've come back in, you've contributed, especially in these European games?
No, massively so. I think it's this place will test your character at times, all the time. In fact, for me, it's a club that I feel very privileged to have joined. One I feel very lucky to be a part of, and the way I feel about the club, the way I work, is about trying to be successful here and make things work. I understand for a large part, in fact most of my part here, I've been at extremely high level. I know that my work on a daily basis is full tilt and as much as it can be, and analysts of games and looking back and trying to improve has never changed. Yes, you can have some difficult moments, and those are the ones that test you. There wasn't an ounce of me that through difficult moments last year, although there wasn't as many as people like to make out, there was still some really positive ones in there as well. I never lost sight of the goalkeeper that I am and what I can be and how effective I can be for this football club. So my thought process in the summer was not one of get me out, let's change, I need something else. It was how can I come back the goalkeeper that I believe I can be for this football club? How can I be at the top of my game, which is what I spent the summer doing. Yes, you all know you come back into another demanding environment again, and one that I'm fully motivated for and looking to do well in. A change of manager brings a fresh slate for everybody. But I've been there before. You know, I want to be successful. I don't want to see any more managers come or go. I want to be part of a squad that's successful. Strongly believe I'm an important part of that, and I will be. But yeah, my thought process in the summer was, if there's changes in the department, if there is, it doesn't bother me. My focus was coming back here and being the goalkeeper that I know I can be, and I certainly feel like I've come back in that manner. And just trying to keep that focus on doing that. And if I can do that for the team, then I'll do my part and try and bring a few people along with me and push everyone else as much as I can.
Jack, can you give us a sense of how challenging it is to balance, as you pinpoint, the need for results and the pressure and the demands that the fans put on you as a squad, balanced with trying to change the style and implement everything that Russell is trying to get across to you? How difficult is it?
I suppose it's difficult when you have changes and you start to implement. All that you can do is, as a group, is buy into it and try and implement what's been. You know, the manager is always right. in my time through football, the manager is always right. If you follow the manager, you believe in what he's trying to do and what he's trying to coach as a group, and you do that, you can be successful. I believe that's the case. It can be difficult because we know that results come above everything at this football club. But we will do that by playing good football and by being a together group, by being the hardest working, by being as good as we can be on the ball, by creating chances, which we are working towards being the best we can be at. The results, we all know there's a demand. You know, we've had it, we felt it after games already this season. When the results aren't there, it doesn't matter how you play. So that's something that it's for all of us to worry about. But as a group, as a squad, we have to focus on playing the way that the manager wants us to play, by being difficult to beat, by putting all of those things in place, and the results will come. The results will come quick, I believe. Maybe we've had to learn a few valuable lessons as a group, not as individuals, but as a group, about each other and about what we're trying to achieve. But there's a time limit on that, and it needs to be, it needs to be quick. Fully believe we're gonna play better. We're gonna get stronger. We're gonna be successful, no doubt about it. You can't balance it because you need to deliver and you need to win games. So it's a fine line. You don't have the freedom at some clubs where the demand on winning is every other week, win a couple of times a month to stay in the league or anything like that. It's every game here. So you can never balance it fully, but you've got to keep your eyes set on what you want to achieve, how you need to play. And as I said, if everyone focuses on doing their part right and helping everybody else a little bit with their jobs too, and keep pushing in the right direction, then things will move in the right direction and we'll be really positive.